On for a minute as though I'm live. So welcome everybody for my first stream in absolutely ages. So this stream is right, looks like you're ready. Click here to start streaming. Right, hello guys. So it looks like I've just been chatting for a good few seconds or so and nothing was happening. So this is a three-way stream. Three-way as in I haven't streamed for so long, so it's just getting me back. Also, I just want to tell everybody, obviously I've gone away and I'm coming back, and I just want to explain my setup, where I'm at. And also, I'm trying to do this slightly differently. I'm using OBS. Right, hello guys. So it looks like I've just been chatting. Sorry about that. I've got it running in another thing in. Anyway, so hello everybody. So the first thing is, I've just got a message that says I'm not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So that's obviously my first issue that I've got to sort out, but this is why I'm streaming today. Secondly, at the moment I'm not going to be able to bring comments up on screen. I know everybody likes to see the comment come up on the bottom, so I will just call out the comments. So big hello to Chris Davis World, who says hi all. Love Minis, who says hi all, and Francis Adams, who says hello. Thank you for supporting me. And thank you for supporting me while I was away. I had a few issues, one thing leading into another. I don't want to go into too much detail, but mental health just gone. If it wasn't for a few people like Love Minis, Chris Davis World, Teresa Mike, I don't know where I'd be right now. So thank you everybody for supporting me. I also had some financial issues, which means that I had a lockup, which unfortunately now I've lost. So my mouth's gone really dry really quick. I don't know why, probably nerves. So I had a lockup. I had a few issues with work and I lost my job for a couple of months, and I ended up losing the lockup. And it was basically a case of, I've just seen a brand new name that I've never seen before. A guy from the 60s. Hi Penny, I've missed you immensely, love you. I love you too, but I can't, should I, oh God, I feel awful now because I don't recognise that name. But yeah, I love you to anyone who supports the channel, haters and lovers. I love you all equally, because the haters do take the time out to come and visit my channel, and they do like to leave interactions, and I thank everybody. Dave Mac Build, hi Penny, nice to see you back. Yes, so I am back. I'm not properly back yet, so I just want to explain. Obviously I lost my lockup, which means that some of my part works are gone forever. The Hermione, the Millennium Falcon, there's another one, the Harley. Now the Harley, I don't blame me for that one, for a change. I had an issue with the last but one pack, and I only need to say Model Space, don't I? And people go, oh, Model Space. I don't know what's happened with Model Space. They seem to be improving slightly, but I had some good projects lined up. I had the Stagecoach and I had the Sopwith Camel paid for on the Black Friday sale 2020, so it was over a year ago, and I've got myself sorted out the last few weeks, and I rang them up and I said I've still not had them, I'm really not happy. So they're going to be giving me my money back, because Model Space is all updated. I went through a phase. I said I'm not doing part works on YouTube anymore. So if I just move my camera, you will see that I have finished my Terminator. So I can now officially join the I have finished a model club. which I am very happy about. Oh, a guy from the 60s. I've changed my username. I sent you a mug of... Oh, yes, I know who you are. And because you've not said your name, I'm not going to say your name, just in case you've not mentioned it, because you don't want people to know. But yes, thank you. Do you know what? I'm overwhelmed, because you could be forgiven for thinking if you disappear for a while, people don't bother with you anymore, or they just, you know. But listen, that just goes to show I know people from 3 or 4 years ago, and they're still sticking by me, and that's so overwhelming. So yeah, so anyway, going back to the part works, I can now officially say I've finished a part work. Hey, at last. I've done some more. I'm not going to get the part works out, because as you can see, my house is still being sorted out. My Spitfire is progressing quite nicely, actually. I'm really enjoying that. I am aware that there's problems with the Spitfires, and I haven't actually reached the Spitfire problem areas yet. I've done a bit of a naughty. I was working on the Spitfire, and then I wanted to get the issues. I had so many issues. I think I had about 6 months worth of issues, and I wanted to get the bulk of the issues down. So I jumped a little bit forward and I did the base, and I thought, well, that will give me somewhere to put the Spitfire. So I jumped ahead, I've done the base, then I've gone back and I'm doing more of the Spitfire. But I'm not intending to put the Spitfire onto YouTube, nor am I intending to do the Ecto 1 on YouTube. I've done a few issues of the Spitfire, and again with the Fiat. The Jaguar is not commencing at the moment. That's Model Space has got some kind of issues. Help me out, Chris. I've got 2 Model Space part works, and Chris has got 1. There was a break, something to do with payments or something, so they didn't take any payments for months and months, which actually helped me, because I was getting myself sorted out. So not paying for part work and not getting the issues helped me out. I know Chris has got his Jaguar restored, and I spoke to them about mine. They said, no, we're doing it in batches. Did I just see a movement behind me? Okay. I'm actually expecting, I've got someone sharing the house with me, so you might see him in the background. I'm going to try and keep him out of the stream, because he doesn't know I'm streaming, and I don't know if he would like to be in the stream, so I'll try and let him go. Sorry, I digress. You know what I'm like. You know, I talk about one thing and I end up talking about 58 different other subjects. So the Jaguar is, Chris is in the batch where the Jaguar is commencing, and I'm not in that batch, but I am in the batch where the Fiat is commencing, so that will start coming soon. I'm thinking with the part works that I will be finishing, but I'm not intending to YouTube. I may just do a monthly update, and you know, I'll just crack on and do a few issues whenever I can, and then I'll do a video and say, look, this is what I've done this month. I have begun a Love Mini says you can do it, Penny. Chris Davis says payment system went down, so yeah, that's basically what it is. But as I say, I use that to my advantage. I've started a new part work, which I haven't actually started, but I've actually started 2 new part works. One from Hachette, one from Agora. That's all I'm going to tell you, but I've probably said enough to give it away. And they will probably be YouTubed. I might do that progression. But what I had this idea over a year ago. I wanted to get back into scale models, but when I saw the Spitfire come out, I wondered if there was I have touched on this on YouTube before, but I wondered if there was an alternative. Not everybody is blessed with a good job with lots of hours and a good rate of pay, and some people have kids and mortgages and all sorts of funny expenses that adults have. Sorry, I'm just checking, because I've never streamed directly to YouTube in this way before. I'm seeing all these funny Um, sorry, I've just got Love Minis has just said get a proper chair. Right, I bought, this is my, I loved this chair when I had one before, so I bought another one. Unfortunately, this is the first time I've ever had this chair on a wooden floor, and it's going all over the place. Look, I really need to get some kind of brakes on it, or a mat or something, but it is going all over the place. But this is why I do test streams, to see any issues that I need to iron out. So where was I? Yeah, so I was looking at doing alternative part works. So I bought the 1:24 scale Spitfire from Airfix. I kind of partly regret it, because this year Airfix has bought a new 1:24 scale Spitfire, and it looks absolutely amazing. But it's fine, I've got the old one, and it was quite cheap actually, so I don't mind hashing it about. Talking of scale models, this stream is not sponsored, I'm not getting anything from this, but I want to mention a company called MJR Models and Hobbies. They are amazing. They operate mainly on they've got a website, they've got a bricks and mortar store, but they operate on Facebook as well, and they're really good, and they're cheap, and they've got fantastic customer service. I just recently bought a Sea Harrier, 1:48 scale Sea Harrier. I like this because I want to do one of the Sea Harriers from the HMS Hermes that fought in the Falklands War. I want to scale model in either RAF Lakenheath aircraft, which is where I was born, or US Navy, which is my real love. But there will be other aircraft that has either I have a love for them, or there's some significance. And I was much younger than I am now when the Falklands War was on, and I always remember putting the TV on, Brian Hanrahan saying, oh, I counted them all out and I counted them all back. And this is going to be one of the aircraft that Brian Hanrahan counted in. It's just an event in my life. It's a lovely aircraft anyway. So yeah, so I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on the scale models. I've got a few projects I want to do. I keep going on about this, and I'm going to do it, and this company is going to help me do it. I want to do scale models on a budget, and I'm going to set myself a weekly or a monthly budget, and I'm going to stick with it, and everything I build on this particular series is going to be kept within that budget. Now the reason I'm going on about them is they've sourced me out 2 kits that I want to get, and they have found me the best price I can get anywhere, but it is rather expensive. It's far too much for me to buy out of 1 or 2 weeks wages, and I need to put a little bit aside, but I'm actually quite useless at saving, I will be honest. I've got so many different things that, you know what it's like, oh I want that, I want that, and that's what I'm like. And one of the things that MJR does is they do a savings plan. Now they can offer a little bit of credit. What they say is, we'll give you a limit of up to £50, but it's got to be paid off within 3 months. And once you establish yourself as a good customer, we could extend that just a little bit. And I said to them, look, it's a really kind offer, but I sometimes take these offers up with every intention of sticking to them, but things happen, just genuine things in life. You know, what if you got yourself 3 months to pay something off, and then I fall ill for a week and I don't get any wages? How am I going to pay it? So I said to them, I want to put the money aside, and then when I've saved up enough, then I'll buy these kits. So they've arranged, would it still be called a layaway plan? Is it layaway or savings club they call it? And this is not something they've set up just for me. This is something they've been doing for ages, and that's going to work really well with my budget, because I can pay them at so much a week, and then I could stick with it. And they sell everything. They sell paints, they sell hard to get paints, they sell all kinds of equipment. In fact, actually, I gave some advice out this morning about something, and then I found MJR do this product that I was giving advice on, and I just told somebody to go to somewhere else. And had I known about MJR, I would have sent them to MJR in the first place. But you know, this is what experience is all about, isn't it? Just do a quick update. Chris Davis World says hi Dave. Dave Max Bills says hi Chris. Chris Davis World says how's you Dave. Now I've got a little chart on my thing, and it's telling me it looks like a little hill. Now I don't know if it's good. I think it might be viewers. So my viewers are going up and down. So first of all, thank you to everyone. My computer just made a noise and I don't know what that noise was. So yeah, considering I've not streamed in a very long time, considering my subscribers has gone up, and I've got, well, I set this up this morning, didn't I, this stream, so hardly any notice to give people for the stream. Thank you so much for the support, it really is appreciated. Dave Mac, not bad Chris, I'm just doing some soldering. How are you getting on with that, Dave? Because that was something we were talking about this morning, wasn't it? It's really, I feel awful when someone asks you advice on something that you aren't exactly brilliant with yourself. It's, you know, it happens. But yeah, it's like I'll give, I mean, I never lie about advice anyway. If I don't know, I don't know. It's as simple as that. How is my stream, by the way? I'm getting 95.5% dropped frames apparently. So does that mean I'm so yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm currently sorting my house out. I had a lodger who turned out to be, let's just say, the nightmare from hell. It's been an absolute nightmare, and what didn't help was he left all of his stuff behind, and I can find loads and loads of documentation on what to do with old tenants in England, but the laws in Scotland are different, and I really don't want to get in trouble. And this is the kind of person that will, well, I used to call him a drama magnet, because he used to just find drama everywhere. And then he starts putting drama on to people, and I didn't want to say this, but I even ended up down the police station. I got arrested for something I didn't do. I won't say what it is, because on air I wouldn't want to share that, because it's really not me, and it's something I called him. And the funny thing is that I allegedly called him something that's derogatory towards people with Down syndrome, and he doesn't even have Down syndrome. So yeah, anyway, that's another thing. So Dave MacBill's gone very well, Penny, thanks. So Dave, with the soldering, would you say maybe it's practice then? I think Love Minis will tell you what my first couple of attempts at soldering was like. She did type a lot in capital letters when I was trying to solder, and I would say I'm by no means an expert, but I'm a lot better than I was, and I think it's just down to practice. A guy from the 60s says, bye Penny, see you on your next stream, stay strong my friend. Yes, thank you so much, and it's people like you that help me stay strong. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at. I do have plans to do videos. I don't want to hit YouTube with 100 videos a day. Stream bit jerk, but voice is fine. Okay, that's fine. I'll live with that, because I think the speech is more important than the actual vision, because as you can see, I've not got anything attractive to see at the moment. I have got my Stream Deck back, and that's working absolutely fine. So yeah, that's fine. Dave Bassett, hello David Bassett, good evening Penny, welcome back to the world. Yeah, I feel part of me was happy to hide up in a corner and never come out, and part of me missed you guys, and I just thought, well, yeah, this is what makes me happy. So I am trimming down a lot of things that I'm doing. Now what I'm thinking of is I'm going to do a couple of part works, and I think we'll make sort of the beginning of the week part work week, and then sorry, I just caught the comments. So Chris Davis says hi David. David Bass says so pleased to see you here, and Dave Mack Bills, it's just practice Penny. Good, I'm glad. I mean, that's what I found with soldering irons, and that it is just practice. I mean, the mess I made when I first started, it was horrendous. And I actually bought a solder practice project. Didn't work. I think I just over soldered it or overheated it or something, but it was fun trying anyway. Yeah, so beginning of the week, couple of part works. Obviously there's part works that I'm never going to be able to get back anymore. I really miss the Millennium Falcon. That was the one I really wanted. But sadly half of that was in a box in the lockup. That's gone. A couple of my 3D printers are gone. It was closed down there as well. Oh, David Bassett, I will tell you a really sad story. So when I had the problems before that caused me to come up to Glasgow, I couldn't get everything back. I had to leave stuff behind, and I had to take the most important stuff. And one of the things that got left behind was my playoff final shirt. So yeah, so my shirt commemorating us going up into championships is gone. And recently I bought the Rainbow Laces shirt. I just thought that was absolutely gorgeous. Now at the time I was working in Leicester, so I had it as a shipping address going to Leicester. But between the time ordering it and receiving it, I changed jobs and I'm back in Glasgow. So it got delivered to Leicester. I contacted the landlady, sorry, and she says, yeah, we'll arrange to get it sorted out. And it's all been recorded mail, registered as delivered to that address, and someone's half-inched it, so that's gone. So 2 Wycombe Wanderers shirts I've lost. One that I haven't even seen, so I'm really upset about that. I've had a word with the club to see if I can get another one, but I'm not expecting to ever see that shirt. I see a shirt like that. But it looks like merchandise wise, I think we have a very good club. I love going back about 4 or 5 years. I was quite disappointed with the lack of things that you could buy from the club shop, and now it looks like we're getting lots of new stuff in. So give me a couple of years and I'll be the #1 Wycombe Wanderers fan in the world, dressed up to the nines. So but yeah, I'm trying to sort of see the so 3-4 projects I've got lined up, which will probably all run fortnightly or monthly, so that then I'll only do like 1 or 2 video releases a week, but they'll be different subjects. So I'm going to do a project of my own, which I'm going to do 1 video maybe a fortnight as an update video, and just record me doing it throughout the fortnight, then just compile the video. This is part 1, this is part 2, so on and so forth. There's going to be, I want to do a 101 series, so that people who have never done any scale modeling can watch my series and learn, and we just focus on one particular area. I say this example a lot, but for example, painting white sounds really simple unless you're a painter and you realize that there's so many pitfalls to it. Priming, which is different from painting, weathering, washers, pre-shading, post-shading, canopies, airbrushes, brushes, so many different things. So I just want to do a series where we just focus on one small area each video, And then I want to do what was it I was going to do, a budget series, and then I might do a viewer's choice. I thought, wouldn't it be nice to do a viewer's choice, and then the viewers can choose a model for me to make, and then I will make that model, and who knows, they might pick a model that I really do not like the look of, and then I make it, and then I go, wow, I'm really glad you picked that, thank you very much. So David Bassett, Missy, I can never pronounce their surname, is really bringing a lot of new items to the club shop. Yeah, I think Wycombe has new owners, and I think these owners really want to make a success of the club, not just on the pitch, but everywhere, all aspects. People forget there's more to a football club than just winning games every week. Right. So P40F20, I was thinking of you today. I was thinking of you, genuinely thinking of you. I was watching YouTube this morning, like I often do, and I saw there's a video on YouTube that is the opening scenes from a film called Red Tails, and it was the most dreadful film ever, but it was so bad I wanted to see it. The reason it's bad is it opens up with this German pilot in a Messerschmitt 109, and he has this really evil, serious look, and he's like, no mercy, but he says it obviously in German. And then you have this Mustang pilot, let's go get him, guys, and it's just so cheesy. And then I'm thinking, hang on, this is on Disney, this is made by George Lucas, but it's like a World War II Star Wars, and it's just so flying, beat up. I think they're P40s anyway. I don't know if they're F20s. You know, I don't know enough about that. So that's why I was thinking of you. So everyone's high P40. Dave Bassett, Chris Davis, Will, really pleased to hear about your relationship. Yes, Chris has become, instead of being one, he is now part of two, and he just seems such a happy guy for it. So maybe some people do need love in the world. Chris Davis says, yeah, thank you, she's my best friend and girlfriend. Well, that's me relegated then, isn't it, Chris? I thought I was your best friend. So P40, hi, good afternoon P40, how are you? P40, hi David Bassett. P40 says Red Tail sucks. Can you relate to what I'm saying, that it's such a bad film that it's actually quite entertaining? It's artistic license taken too far. If you've seen Midway and you've seen Pearl Harbor, it's things like in Midway they have this scene where they come down and they bombs the ship, and then he gets so close to the sea that his tip of his tail just touches the sea, and it looks absolutely amazing in cinema, but in realistic life that he probably would have crashed it. And it's just, there's so many things, it's just unrealistic. But and it's like with Pearl Harbor, you wouldn't have been involved in Pearl Harbor and the Doolittle raids, but they just changed a few facts. But film, it's so bad it's good. Yeah. No, I can't tell you where I'm up to because it's there we go. I am currently just over half an hour into an hour and a half film, so who knows, perhaps it might get really good in the last hour, perhaps it would suck some more, who knows. So P40s, you are too, Penal, thank you Chris. P40 says they don't seem to know how to make a proper World War II movie anymore. My understanding, obviously I didn't fight in World War II, but my understanding is that actually a low percent of people who took part in some capacity didn't actually see any battle actions. You know, nobody wants to see a film about the cooks. You know, oh, I spent the war cooking them burgers. You know, that doesn't make a good film. But the people who actually saw frontline action, who actually fired a rifle, was actually quite a small percentage, much smaller than you think. constantly frontline all the time. You had areas where nothing was happening. Now, times when nothing is happening doesn't make a good film. So obviously this is where the artistic license comes in. So, you know, you are constant battle. And obviously when you get stars of the film come in at the beginning, you know they're not going to die. Unless they do the old, how's the old thing? Oh, this is my picture of my girlfriend. I'm going to marry her when the war is over. You know he's just signed his death certificate there. But yes. Do you know what? P40, you just said Red Tails does a great disservice to those men. I absolutely 100% agree. It's from what I'm gathering, I've only seen half an hour. It's to celebrate the fact that black rights have come so far. They weren't even allowed to fight in World War II. And obviously it's I'm watching a lot of it and I'm going, oh yeah, it's really bad that these guys are actually quite skillful. I don't know if they were actually that skillful, but these guys are really skillful and they won't let them fly new aircraft, and they're actually the high up officers are saying you aren't capable of doing this. And then you've got, is it Cuba, what's his name? Excuse me, the character that he plays. He's really having to push to say, well, give us one chance. But yeah, if you think that that's what it's like, it's like, well, why have we given black people equal rights if this is what, you know? So it's, yeah, I see what you mean about the disservice. David Bassett, proper war films, Dam Busters, 633 Squadron, Battle of Britain. Battle of Britain, I think it's probably going to take about 4 or 5 generations to come up with the technology to beat Battle of Britain. There is no better film than that. You can feel what people are going through there. The Cruel Sea, I've not seen The Cruel Sea. I think I've seen Sink the Bismarck. I'm sure I've seen Sink the Bismarck. Anyone be able to tell me what it's about? And my favourite, Ice Cold in Alex. I'd not seen that one, but now I've got some ideas of films to watch. Right, so that is where I'm at. I think I've got everything out that I wanted to get out, and maybe a few extra things. Absolutely amazing the support I've just had, and I really do thank you for that. So obviously I can now go away. I know what I've got to do. I've got to get this stream improved. I don't know what's wrong with the computer that I'm dropping so many frames. Maybe I need to go back to the old tricks of rebooting the computer prior to a stream. It has been running a while. I have got a very good computer. I know it's still a very good computer. I actually had someone have a look at it and he's like, oh, I'm good with computers. I'm like, yeah, I don't need anything done to my computer. And he's like, oh, I'm really good with them. I'm like, okay, look, if it makes you happy, have a look at my computer. And then he has a look and he's like, well, it's a good computer. I'm like, yeah, I told you it was. Thank you. I don't know much about computers, but I know my computer's a good one. Because the person who sold me the computer, I trust him a lot. And he's gone through everything with me and sent me to sleep telling me all the specs of everything, because I don't know. I don't understand what he's saying, but the only question I have is, can I stream and can I make my videos on it? And it's like, if the answer is yeah, easily, then I know it's a good enough computer. So there we go. Chris Davis Will says internet connection might be slow. Yeah, that's something I'm in the process of sorting. In the front room where my PC is, and it's actually connected to the internet via cable, I have BT. I don't mind saying BT are useless. I am really upset with BT because I told them the purpose of my internet connection and they have given me 12 megabits per second. Is that, I can't remember but anyway, the number is 12 and it's really terrible. And unfortunately I'm on a minimum contract of 2 years and I've still got 1 year left to run. I was so unhappy with my internet that I actually went out and got Virgin. So I'm running 2 broadbands, but I set the Virgin up in the back bedroom, which is where I thought I was going to be doing my YouTube studio. That's something else I'm going to tell you about in a second. Now that runs at 56, which is the old speed I had when I lived in Wales, and that's like supersonic. Unfortunately, the walls in this house, it's a really weird house. I have really solid walls. They're like castle walls, but the ceilings and the floors are wafer thin. So although I'll get 56 in the bedroom, by the time it gets through to the living room, it's gone through 2 walls, and the speed it usually comes out round about 6. So it's actually slower than the BT in the front room. Now the plan there, and again it all comes down to money, is because I'm on the top floor, I have an attic. I have a fantastic attic, which I'll get to in a minute. So what I'm going to be doing is running a very long Ethernet cable from the back of the modem straight up through the ceiling, through the attic, down through the ceiling into the relevant rooms, and then I will have a Wi-Fi connection in each room. Now I was told that that's the best way to do it. You can get these signal, you plug them into the wall and it extends the signal, but with the walls it's got to kind of go through walls and things, and it can't improve the strength of a Wi-Fi. It can only extend the range of it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So that could be why my internet's not great, because I'm running about 3 different programs at once, which are quite heavy, and it's the internet's terrible. So but that's going to cost about 200-300 quid to do, or less. So going on to my attic, I have a 2-bedroom house. I'm currently in my living room. You can just see there is a beautiful bureau that I got for free. Great thing about Glasgow is that if you know where to look, you can get a lot of free stuff and cheap stuff. I said, look, I'm earning good money, I'm going to be buying good stuff, and I found this sofa, 250 quid in a charity shop. So I'm like, yeah, I'm having that one. I've got a bureau. I love that bureau, and that was free. What they tend to do here is if somebody moves out of a council house, or if they die in a council house, they just grab all the furniture and they just chuck it outside, and they wait for they book like a waste collection thingy, and they come along after about a week. So you're like, yeah, I like that, I'm having it. So yeah, I'm grabbing furniture. But anyway, so the original plan was to have this room as a bedroom. I think I was going to have it as a bedroom or a living room. No, this was going to be a YouTube studio. The master bedroom was going to be a lounge stroke living room, and the bedroom was either going to be a bedroom or I was going to have them the other way round. Then I discovered the loft, and the loft is absolutely amazing. And you know, when you have the roof and you have these roof supports, the roof supports actually go that way. So what I was going to do, you've basically got a narrow strip down the middle, and then I was going to build like a unit, a shelf, and then a cupboard behind it, just by building that shape. And I'm still going to do it, but there's a lot of work needs doing. At the moment, the working title for the attic is going to be the Cold War bunker, and I say to people, it's not Cold War as in I'm building like post World War II stuff. It's cold because it's freezing up there, and I do stuff to do with war. So that's why I'm calling it the Cold War bunker. But I'm just kind of, I mean, I've got to get myself sorted out before I start moving into the attic. But once I moved into the attic, I will have a living room that is actually a living room rather than half living room and half YouTube studio. I'm also getting my drawers sorted out, and I've got my lovely, let me show you my overhead view. It is extremely messy, but this is my overhead, so it's actually, let's switch to body cam. So this is my desk at the moment. You see I've got these lovely drawers and I've got my monitors. I'm going to get a smaller monitor for that so that I can get better drawers sorted out. But yeah, so I've got this lovely wraparound desk, and then I've got me but as you can see at the moment it's a little bit of a dumping ground at the moment, but it's I do absolutely love, ever since I've had this large cutting board and a big workspace, it's made it so much easier for part works and things. And Dave Mack knows this, but I'm planning on doing the Titanic. I'm not interested in the Hachette Titanic, but I am extremely interested in the trumpeter version, and I cannot justify to myself buying a part work for what is it, 140 issues, so that's 1,400 quid, when I could go out and buy a scale model for, I think it's £380, and even if you got the super detail kit, that brings it up to about £600-700, and I just think it's for the price. I think the trumpeter's a better version, but Dave Dave has beaten me to it, so, and he's doing an absolutely fantastic job on his. So I've got a huge what's the word I'm looking for, huge mountain to climb if I want to be as good as Dave. So an awful lot of work I'm going to have to put in, because his is amazing. So let me catch up on chat. So Chris Davis is saying like, share, subscribe. I just want to try something. Hopefully, if that has worked, I've got a little preset on my Stream Deck, and it should type something into the chat. It's just like, oh, please like, share, subscribe or something, but it doesn't seem to be working, so I've got to work on that. Right, so should be getting faster than that. So yeah, Chris Davis says about the internet should be getting faster. Then he's retracted the message, so it couldn't have been that important, could it? So David Bassett, have you seen World of Wayne built the Agora version of the Route Master? He put his video of Pack 4 on YouTube. Yes and no. I'm not catching as many videos as I can. My job at the moment, the company I'm working for, I'm waiting. It's kind of what I call a stepping stone job. I got a job doing coaches like National Express, Greyhound, depends on what part of the world you come from, and I've come to Scotland to do that same job for this particular company, but this company hasn't got the routes yet. They're expecting the routes to come up in March, so I said okay, fine, well I'll do service bus work until it comes up. Now at the moment I'm doing 5 days a week, and I presume because of driver shortages, we're all doing 10-hour shifts, which means you get a 50-hour week over 5 days, which for me is excellent, because normally you do a 40-hour week spread over 5 days. If you want overtime, you've then got to work a 6th day. By doing 10 hours a day for 5 days, it means I've got that overtime but without having to work an extra day. And then once I'm on Flixbus, I'll basically be working 5 or 6 days straight. I think it's going to be 5, must be 6 days, because each run is 2 days, and then I'll get a day or two off and then back on again. But because it involves driving down to London, then staying overnight in London and then driving back the next day, I'll actually be away from my home for a day. So I've either got to figure out some kind of travel kit to do, like, I don't know, it's mobile airbrushes, in the hotel room, do a bit of airbrushing or something and film it. I don't know, I'll work something out. But yeah, I'm not, what I tend to do is I try to watch a video or two a night, and then I fall behind, and then when I get a day off I do this big old catch up. So you know, I tend to have an early night on a night off, and I just sit in bed watching YouTube. So yeah, anyway, the original question, have I seen World of Wayne? I find it's funny, this isn't a criticism of World of Wayne, but I find it hard viewing because I built that 2-3 years ago, and I'm watching stuff that I did years ago. But at the same time, I'm really happy because I remember World of Wayne saying he wished it was such a good build, he wished he'd bought it. And obviously with Agora bringing it out, that's absolutely fantastic for him. So yeah, I should forget another. So Chris Davis Will says King of the Castle LOL or Queen of the Castle. Dave Mack builds. I just do my best on my models, but thanks, Penny. No, it's great. I absolutely love. In case anyone hasn't seen Dave Mack build, I really do suggest. Well, sore subject at the moment, but I enjoy a channel where somebody has a lot of passion. That to me trumps everything. I would rather watch somebody buggering everything up, but they're trying their best and they're really enjoying themselves, than some professional modeler who's gone, blah, 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 there you go. But it just so happens that Dave really does know what he's talking about, and he does have a level of skill. And I really enjoy his videos, and I love. But he has so much stuff in his shed that I'd probably watch in the background more than I'm watching him. What's he got there? What's that? So, but yeah, it's he does his best, but his best is good. So, and I, you know me, I either say if it's something good to say, I'll say it. If it's something bad, I'll just kind of flip round it. And what is it? When you got something good to say it. But if you got something bad, just keep your mouth shut. So, but yeah, I've always got time for Dave's and Chris's and P40s and Love Minis of this world, and that's just naming a few people. I've always got a lot of time for. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to add now, so I think I'm going to sign off. Now, I do remember saying I was probably just aiming for a 15 to 20 minute stream, and here I am on 48 minutes and 58 seconds. So yeah, I've done rather well. Yeah, priorities is to sort the computer out, make sure that's running at its best, and try and get a good Wi-Fi connection in this front room. Unfortunately, that's money. So Chris Davis says also not Chris. Yes, that's right. Yeah, Chris, not Chris, and not Chris. No, also not Chris. Hang on, that's right, isn't it? Dave is not Chris, and P40 is also not Chris. And it confuses me. But that's another great show. Anything with those four on is always entertaining. So yeah, what to say now? Apart from take care, guys. I don't know when I will. Obviously, I've still got bits and bobs to sort out and do. I tend to get Mondays, and I think I've got Mondays and Fridays off work. I'm going to do a quick disclaimer. I'm rolling a cigarette, and I know some people don't like seeing me smoke on stream, and I'm just going to be taking the attitude, it's my stream if you don't like people. So, but I'm telling you before I do it. So turn off now if you don't want to see someone smoking. So anyway, so yeah, it's case, you know how you kind of plan things and you think you know how things are going to go, and believe it or not, I'm happy that this hasn't been 100% smooth, because if it's 100% smooth and I think, yep, I've cracked it, I've got everything I need, then I do a nice big proper live, and it's just technical problems. Could this be the first stream ever that doesn't have technical issues? So with that, I'm gonna say take care, guys. Like I said, I don't know when I'll be streaming again. I won't stream until I've got something stream worthy. But yeah, so I'll just catch up on the comment, then I'll say goodbye. So Love Mini says, glad to see you again. Do you know what? I'm really glad to see you guys again. It's been absolutely brilliant. And David Bass says, thank you for giving us an update on your channel, Penny. Hope to see more. You will definitely see more. But like I say, I can't be sure when it's all going to come. I'd rather hold back an extra few months and get everything right than to jump in and muck it all up. You know me. I know mucking up is all part of our curves. But at least try to get a good stream going. So Chris David says not all streams do. Well, I must have missed some then of yours, Chris, because everyone I've seen of yours has a technical, but it wouldn't be a stream without a technical issue, would it? I think that's all fun of it. So thank you for everyone that's taken a bit of time out in their day to watch me today. Thank you for, well, just thank you for the support. I really don't know where I would be, both on YouTube and mentally, without you guys. You've been